Okay, so in this class, we are going to start with the second module, which is software requirements. So in this module, so in the first module, we have studied something about the what is basics of software engineering, what is software engineering. Then we also have studied about the SDLC models. So various models were there, and later we moved to system engineering, product engineering, and business process engineering. So now we are moving to the first page. It's the requirement. Okay, what are the requirement? We have gone through the like what is requirement gathering is there, but what does this word requirement mean? So basically, software requirement. So what does that word include? So basically, software requirement is something that the product features or the functionalities which is asked by the customer from their client, right? Sorry, no, from their developers. Okay, what are the requirement in a product? Suppose I want to develop a product. So what are the features and what the product features should be there in the in the developing product? So that is decided by this software requirement phase. Okay, so basically when you build your house also you have some requirements. Okay, suppose my house should be this much big, this area should have balcony, then we have attached bathroom. So everywhere, so in software also, when you go for developing any software, you first have some requirement. Suppose if you go for the student management system, okay, so if you want to build an application for a student management system, so what should be the application look like? So it must like students should be able to view their marks or view their attendance. So these are the features, these are the functionalities the software should be able to do. So these are the requirements that view the marks, view assignments, submit marks. Oh, sorry, not the submit marks, submit the assignments or give their attendance. So these are the requirements. Okay, now these requirements, it can be divided into two parts. First is the functional requirement and the non-functional requirements. The software requirements are divided into two parts: functional requirement and non-functional requirement. So now what does this functional requirement mean? Just wait. Functional requirement means that any software, what are the basic features, the how the will that software will contain. Okay, what are the basic requirement of the system? Basically this means you will have an input and then an output outside, and in I have shown one diagram. So this is input will be there and output is there, and this is how the system behaves is the functional requirement. So you can also think of a system like without this functional requirement, it's something that the system will not be acceptable and will not work. Suppose the product features. Okay, so just now only I gave a example of student management system where a student should be able to view the assignment and upload also. Okay, submit the assignment too. So if these features are missing, so these are not the functional requirement. So your functional requirements are not uh, not properly done. So this is the basically the product feature. This is one of the feature, right? Assignment, you can, the student should be able to view the assignment what the teacher has given and also submit the assignment. Okay, so this is the functional requirement. So basically it focuses on what the system should do and must not do, and can be thought of how the system responds to input. So obviously just the diagram I showed you now. So if you see this, based on this input only, this behavior will work, right? This behavior will differ also and will give the output. Next, functional requirements you usually define behaviors and include calculations, data input, and business processes. Okay, just remember, if you forget everything also, just remember what are the functional requirements. So that basically means the what are the product features you need in a software. Okay, basically what are the product features that the software must um, the software must agree to, it must have only that feature. The very important features are known as the functional requirement. The basic requirements are known as the functional requirements. Okay, and if these features are not there, the system will not work. Okay, so functional requirements are product features and it focus on the user requirements. So these are known as the functional requirements. You should always remember, without the it is related to system behavior, and also it is based on the user's requirement. Whatever the user said, you have developed the project according to that requirement only, and it mostly focuses on the, not mostly, it focuses on the mainly on the features only, product features. Okay, now moving next, we have the second kind of requirement, non-functional requirement. But before that, I want to ask, like, those who joined late, so are you clear with the functional requirement, or I'm going too fast?
मैं repeat करेंगे क्या?
Okay, so functional requirement, suppose, let us take an example of your university ERP system. That is also like ERP is also a product, right? It's a system. So we are using it and we are finding a fault. So that is a system. So what are the features of the system you have? You can view your attendance. You can also upload your, last time you uploaded your assignments and everything. Even you viewed your assignments. Even you can check your notes, right? You can now, even question papers for us, we need to upload the question papers also. These are what? Uploading question papers, then viewing assignments. Then for you can view the assignments, but for us, we can also upload the assignment. So these are the features which the system must have. If the features are not there, the system will not meet the user requirement. What did the organization wanted? What our editor wanted? To create a system that will do automatically everything. By sitting at your home, we can work, right? For you people are sitting in different places of Assam or maybe in India. What you do? You can just view your, you can be at your home and you can check your assignments online. But before the system was not there in our ERP, this was not possible. But last time, due to this pandemic, it was installed, right? The assignment. Before that, we used to go for this physical only assignment submission. So these were the requirements given by the ADT organization to the IT cell, that we want a system which must have these features, like the student should be able to view the assignments and the faculty should be upload the assignments. Okay, the student should be view also, upload also the assignment, because they need to submit the assignment, right? And the faculty should be obviously upload the assignment questions, and also give them the marks for the assignment. Okay, this is about the one of the requirement. Assignment was done. Next, the student should be able to let me think, view the notes, and the faculty should be able to upload the notes. Okay, they should be able to give some video lectures also, they should be able to give some references also. So these are all the requirements given by the organization, the IT team. So they thought, okay, what are the requirements are there? These are the, without this function, without this feature, the system will not work properly. Okay, so now are you clear? Anyone not clear? Just I give you an example of the ERP. So nowadays you also have the attendance from last time also. You can view your attendance also, so in the ERP. So that was also one of the feature in the ERP introduced. Nadeem, clear है? Clear हुआ functional requirement?
Clear.
ठीक है. Next, moving to the non-functional requirement. So this functional requirement was to define the system behavior, that the product features or the functionality that the system should possess, otherwise the system should not work. But the non-functional requirement are something like without which also the system will work. Okay, and if it is not there also, there won't be any problem. Okay, if the non-functional requirement is not present in our product because it is not mentioned by the user, okay, then also the product will work fine because it is not related to how the system behavior, how the system should work. What the system should do. It will just work on the how the system should do it. Suppose when you create an email account, okay, so when you create an email account and immediate you get a welcome email. Okay, suppose you open a Gmail also, you get a welcome email, right? You just check from the Gmail team, you get a acknowledgement from thank you for like creating or something like that. You get email, you get the email from the Google. Okay, now that email, that is the functional requirement, but that email should like come within 10 minutes. Okay, so that is the non-functional requirement, that is the time. Like see, if I create an email account now and that like that acknowledgement that I've created, the thank you for opening an email ID, if I get that acknowledgement 10 days later, that is of no use. What the customer will do, right? But at least to give an acknowledgement, these are the we know that okay, they are welcoming, so that welcome email is there, so within 10 minutes. So these are the non-functional. No user will mention it. The clients, the whenever we give the requirement, the we don't give these requirements to our developer. Okay, but these are the extra things that are added by the developers, which are needed by the system because it enhances the usability of the system. That's why non-functional requirements are very important. Let me give you, because you people are aware of the C and C++, let me tell you, like without giving the suppose what is your functional requirement in this C program? Your main logic should work, right? You have a calculator program, so your addition subtraction should work properly. Your logic is correct. But what if like you don't give the statement like printf statement? Why do you give the printf statement? Enter the number and then we enter the number. Without giving the printf statement also the program will work, isn't it? Do you think that without giving the printf statement the program will work? Nadim, what do you think? Will the program work without giving the printf statement?
व्यू करने के लिए होता है तो देना तो पड़ेगा ना।
व्यू करने के लिए होता है. What about विश्वजीत? विश्वजीत, are you there?
यस मैम।
अगर प्रिंटफ स्टेटमेंट नहीं देते हैं प्रोग्राम में, सी प्रोग्राम में, तो काम करेगा या नहीं? अगर कोई भी प्रोग्राम में
मैम वो डिपेंड करेगा ना कि
किस में डिपेंड करेगा. सपोज मुझे ऐसे देना है कि मुझे एडिशन करना है 2 नंबर, लेकिन मुझे एंटर द प्रिंटफ एंटर द 2 नंबर्स. ठीक है, अगर मुझे ये लाइन नहीं देना है तो प्रिंटफ क्यों यूज करता है? क्यों फंक्शन यूज होता है प्रिंटफ? सोचो.
व्यू
मतलब अगर
मैम यूजर फ्रेंडली करने के लिए ये प्रोग्राम
Yes,
को
user
अगर हम
friendly.
प्रिंटफ नहीं भी देंगे
तो भी
मैम,
चलेगा।
अगर हम प्रिंटफ नहीं भी देंगे तो भी चलेगा, लेकिन हमारा जो इंटरेक्शन है
हाँ.
कंप्यूटर के साथ वो
हाँ.
नहीं हो पाएगा.
Right, that's the main answer. User friendly, right? To increase the user friendliness, we go for the printf statement. So that is, you can think of a non-functional requirement. Your main logic is done, that a plus b, your program is correct. That is the functional requirement. We wanted to create a program for adding two numbers. That is done. But we use the printf statement to increase the readability of the system. Otherwise the like user won't understand when to enter the number or something like that, right? So for that purpose we use the printf. Printf will just display the statement. It has nothing to do with the coding, right? Nadim, is it clear now? Nadim seems confused. I don't know. समझ में आया?
क्लियर है.
ठीक है. See, the same way, like if we have the functional requirement, the system works properly. but if this non-functional requirement increase the usability of the system, so that is why we go for this non-functional requirement. Just wait. So here it's mentioned, see, non-functional requirements define the system behavior, features and general characteristics that affect the user experience. And देखो पहले क्या था, non-functional requirement, functional requirement based on product features and user requirements, but non-functional are based on product properties and they focus on user expectation. So requirement, जो requirement और expectation, अगर कुछ project जो requirement होता है जो वो user explain करता है जो मतलब developer को, लेकिन वो जो expectation meet करना होता है वो non functional requirement में आता है. तो वो expectation में तुम्हें stick करना पड़ेगा, तुम्हारा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा being a coder. Okay, so this was all about this functional and non functional requirement. Okay. Okay, so this functional requirements, if you can see the diagram, is product features and user requirements, and non-functional requirements, product properties and user expectation. And you can see this arrow, both are related. Every product features will have some product properties also, so these are related. So we can now find what are the functional requirements and non-functional related non-functional requirements are there. Just now I gave a few times back, I just gave an example. Like when a site visitor, it creates an email account or any account, the requirement is that he should get an he should get a acknowledgement, and that acknowledgement should reach within 10 minutes of registration. Just see that is how you acknowledgement is sent within 10 minutes, then it's okay, but it is said after 10 days, no use. So that is the non-functional requirement. Again, other is also there, the when order status changes to fulfillment, the local printer shall print a packing slip. अगर कोई status order status होता है तो वो print out देना चाहिए, but ये कौन से size में होना चाहिए sheet में, 5:8 sheet of white paper. So that is a non-functional requirement. Okay, that is the additional requirements. So are you clear about functional and non-functional requirement now? Anyone not clear, please tell me so that I can explain. Akshadeep, are you clear?
Repeat once more.
Which one?
These are non-functional and functional. Non-functional.
Non-functional. See, non-functional are some additional features, okay, that additional features that enhances the feature qualities of the functional requirements, because these functional requirements are the basic features which are given by the user to the organizers or the developers. Okay, we want this, so these are the main features. So but how fast, suppose if you click on a web page, okay, the user have given the detail, like if we click on a button, it should move to it should go to open a website. Okay, but how fast the web page will open, it's a non-functional requirement. We often get a message, please wait for some time or something, it's like something is blocked, so it's taking time. So what are these are non-functional requirement, but the main thing that was asked by the user to create is to go when we click a button, then we go for this that should open a web page. But how fast should open, the speed of the web page depends on the non-functional. It is something, sometimes it may delay also, then it directly gives a message. So that is the non-functional requirement, that is not asked by the user to give that information, but still it is given for increasing the usability of the system. Is it clear now? Please go through it once so that it will be, I think everyone understand it. Okay, when you get time, please go through this one. Others, what about Hirok? Are you clear?
Yeah.
Farzis, what about you? Farzis? Farzis, are you there? Okay. Okay, let me move to next then. So this next topic is how these functional and non-functional requirements are gathered. So basically they are gathered if you have a meeting with your stakeholders, with all the users of the system, then only we can have a good understanding of the requirements. So they called for a brainstorming session. So what does this brainstorming session means? That all of them will sit in the same, like in a round table, you can think of that, and they will have a discussion on the topic. Okay, what are the things they want? Okay, and they will go for this discussion, like what are the requirements are needed. And non-functional requirements, these are actually basically they go, functional requirements are gathered in that way, because for the non-functional, they are basically the business analysts who understand their problems and what are the things that needs to be added. Okay, so sometimes a user representative may also be present. So apart from only one users will be there, and then they will represent the entire group, and they will just when the system is been dealt, okay, then how should I, if I enter the data in this way, how will it work? If I give, suppose I give you an example of an email. So what if, like, I write the email, I give how the field email field will work if I give write to at the rate and then the gmail.com, maybe two dots, maybe there, how the system should behave in that way. If I enter the wrong data, then how the system will work. So a user will be there, and they will ask, like, because before using the system they should have a questionable mind, right? What they want. So that comes with experience. Okay, so because the requirement gathering phase is a very important phase, because your requirements, like how the you get a clear picture, or basically a picture of how the system will look like in beforehand, because later it becomes very difficult, and also like very cost is also involved. You have studied the models, right? So we know that cost is also involved in every model. So in most of the models, it is very necessary that requirements are specified properly to get a clear idea of the software we are developing. So we should take care of every concerns beforehand. Just here is waiting. Now this brainstorming sessions, it considers basically for the functional requirement, it considers these groups. Okay, business requirements, administrative functions, user requirements, and system requirements. Okay, I'll move from system requirements. So system requirements will basically consist of the system specification, like how much hardware is required, how much, what are the softwares you are going to use. See, in the requirement gathering phase only, we decide what are the, when you will do your like project also in the 6M, that time also we go for this systems requirement specification, where we decide, like, before it's deciding, when we decide the project only, we decide which language we will be using, whether you be using Python or Java or any other language, like PHP is there, C++, a lot of language are there. So which one you will be using, then the how much, like which versions you will be using, how much hardware is required, how much, which operating system you are going to use. So all these specifications are mentioned in the system requirements. Now next come the user requirements. So you understand the word user requirements, right? So what does this user requirement mean? What the system can do, what the user should get from the user applicative, the how the system will work, how the what the user are getting this. Like, let me give you an example for this one. In your ERP system also, we have different permission, because they are different parties are there, like we are the faculties, okay, different and then you people are students. For both of us, permissions are different. Okay, suppose just before only I gave you an example. For attendance, we can upload the attendance, but you have to get, you then after we upload the attendance, I think you people get a link, and you need to give a feedback, and based on the feedback that attendance is completed. Okay, for we only upload that, we give the attendance for you people, but we don't have the authority to get the feedback link also. One more example, like when we have the permission to upload the assignment question and also to like grade you people, okay, to give you some marks, but we don't have the permission from our account, we don't have the permission to upload the assignment of the students. We have the permission, like faculty have the permission for like uploading the notes, but students have the permission to only view the notes. So these are the basically requirements. What are the different types of users? Like we in the faculty are different types of users. Admin are also there, and for admin they can do anything. So admins for management also they have different permissions, and you being students like different permissions are there. So what are the different things that each user can do are these user requirements. Okay, next is the administrative function. So what does this administrative function mean? Like I told you, like anyone, suppose we did some mistake, being a teacher, like being a teacher, we did some mistake in our ERP. Okay, and then we cannot change that part. Okay, since we once done is done, we cannot change that one. So if we want to change that part, we can we don't have the authority to do that. So that is the part of that IT cell. That the IT cell has the permission, then they can, because they have the permission for everything, so they can modify it. Okay, so that is the administrative function. That is the routine things the system will do. Next, last one is the business requirement. That actually this is the what is the ultimate aim of the entire project is the business requirement. What is how the work flows, how the system will work. So all it is decided in the business requirements. Okay, so this was all about the business requirements, administrative functions, user requirements, and system requirements. So basically in business requirement, it decides how the system will work, how the like everything will flow will go like, and then for the like basically the entire aim of the system. Okay, and then the administrative function, who has the authority for doing the like who has the authority for changing the if any user have done any mistake, so who have the authority to do that part, like change that part, modify that part, is the administrative function. Then we have the user requirements. So different users have each different permissions. So what are the permissions that can be given to each users also varies. So that are the user requirements. And last is the system requirements, means what are the software you are going to use, then hardware also. So that is decided in the system requirement part. Okay, so this all about the functional requirements. So moving next, once we have thought about the functional requirements, so these are some of the non-functional requirements are there. First is the usability. When we go for the usability, when we are developing a system, we should also decide, we have told you like the functional requirements are clear, the what are the functional requirements we want, what are the features we want, but these are the non-functional one. Usability means how the screen will look like, how our, like what color will the screen look like, how application, like without the ERP everything is black, where the menu will be there, what the menu will consist of. So everything, the design, the screen, then the buttons, what will be used are the usability, that is the non-functional. Next is reliability and availability. So availability means will the will the users be able to use the system 24/7. So that is the thing, that it will be available any time of the day, the user can use the system, or during some specific time only the user is able to use the system. Okay, availability, and whether it is reliable also not. Next is scalability. So scalability means like as the demand changes, okay, as the there are requirement increases, whether at a later stage the system should be able to update itself or not. Not update itself, like the system should have the ability to add new features or not. Like I mentioned also before, your ERP was only there for like for us to upload the questions and upload the notes, but later like new features, new modules have been added, like you people now can submit the assignment also. Then attendance feature is also added. So now even one more feature is added, that is the report one that we go for. We have to upload the video links and every day. So that is new features are applicable. So if it is scalable, then we can work on the same project. We can keep on adding new features every time. And if it is not scalable, then we cannot add new features. Then we have to create a new system again. Then what is the performance? Now obviously we know performance, the quality, maybe how fast the system works, okay, how much time does it take, okay. Then supportability, whether like it support in-house or remote accessibility, like so whether it is like supporting on like good bandwidth or not. So all these things are good bandwidth of, if how much bandwidth is required to use this website, your ERP minimum like is required. Then security, is your like application is secure or not. So all this like both for physical installation. So all these are the things are comes under the non-functional requirement. Okay, basically see without this system also, without this requirement also, your system will work fine. Okay, but these are the things which enhances the quality of the software. And so, and if when it gets when the software is enhanced, obviously then what happens is the user expectation is meted, because these are the things that users are not aware of, but may be aware of, but they don't inform the developers about it, because they understand that these are the things it will be there. So that is why these are not informed by the users. They expect that these are the things will also be only be present. So that is why it meets the user expectation. Now you have some differences, like I don't have to I think go through it, because these differences you like if you understand what is functional and non-functional requirement, then just you can write it on your own. Okay, now till this point any confusion? Did I go too fast? I don't know. I tried to be slow. I don't know, like anyone who did not understand? Please, if you didn't understand, please just unmute yourself. Lakshajit, did you understand? Any confusion?
মেম অলপ আছিলে কিন্তু পিছত অলপ চালে পাৰা যাব আৰু
Okay. What about Junmoni?
Ma'am, no doubt till yet.
Okay. If no doubt, like see, I tried to be slow, so I don't know, like still I may be fast. Because for me I was slow, I guess so. So please go through it. I'll be sharing the slide, and please share with me the attendance. Okay. Who will take first this or something?
Okay.
You have taken?
Sure, I'll give you.
Okay. Share with me the
Yes.
attendance. Okay. Thank you all.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.